evening. We start with the interviews now. We'll take questions from the journalists present here. Paul,
God, sorry, can you put it into words, just how you're feeling at the moment, because you got so close?
Yeah, I think can't really put it into words. I think last year we were at the other end of this, so it's tough to sort of be trying to decipher over the last two games where it went wrong. But I think all in all we perhaps didn't play well enough for the 2 wins. If I can be hard on ourselves, we had sort of after that first game we all had it in our own hands, I guess. So it's obviously very disappointing, having lost 2 in a row now and being out after that first game. It's just tough to sort of decipher and get your head around it. I think there was a change in momentum obviously after that first game, after that high, which was in a way might have been inevitable, but I think we tried in both games to sort of do the rescue, and I guess as a cricketer or as a leader at least you want to start off well, play a proper game, and win properly. Although that doesn't always happen, I think we stuck to it very nicely to try and put a good fight into both of those games, or having not started very well in those games. So that speaks a lot to our culture and our way of playing. So really proud of that. If I can get that out there, I'm really proud of the guys. I'm really proud of the coaching staff, how we've responded in tough situations. But as a cricketer, you'd like to think that you wanna play out of those 2 games. You would have liked to play one proper game of cricket, skill-wise, and outsmart, outskill the other team, and take the 2 points and qualify.
It might be the right point. It'd be a bit too early to reflect on it, but that first game was so momentous. Do you think it took something out of you guys, or perhaps even subconsciously, because you had that win, whoever it was against in the first game, you might have been a little bit complacent because you had that cushion?
Yeah, I think tournament cricket can often be quite a funny one with regards to momentum and how a tournament pans out, and momentum swings, and as you said, it was an emotional first game. So with those momentum swings, come different patterns of play and different stakes come into play and all of that. I think coming here though, we knew we had to win 2 games. So having gotten that one against Sri Lanka, it was all about just pitching up and performing again. So although it's tough to sometimes as a player to sort of control that momentum swings you have in tournaments, and I think as a team it's sometimes often very tough to control the time you peak at in a tournament, because often it's not even in your control, if I can put it like that, how the momentum swings and how things play out throughout the tournament, with regards to points and matchups and all of that. But as a professional and as a cricketer, that there's going to be that sort of momentum swing and that emotional swings about tournament cricket, and we knew that beforehand. We knew that after the Sri Lankan game. We told each other that this is going to be evenly tough to get through, because we've got two sides who are high quality sides, and we need to beat both of them. That was our goal, was to win all 3 games. So regardless of any of those, sort of high points and low points and momentum swings, I think we knew what the task was. And as a professional, as a cricketer, we definitely had enough mental strength, we had enough preparation, we had enough skill in our bodies to get 2 out of 3 wins or 3 out of 3 wins.
You said you were hard on yourselves, and when you analyze this, but what is there something to be said of the format where you are playing 3 really cutthroat games in 5 days, and that after having played a very cutthroat qualification process?
Yeah, obviously we hadn't played in the qualification process, so we came into this quite fresh, but off the back of also one-day cricket and other teams that we've been playing, I think 3 games in 5 days is quite a lot. Possibly not physically that much, but perhaps mentally, all of that. As a sportsman, you start to understand what is required at the highest level, mentally and physically, to play in high stakes tournaments like this. So yes, I do think that three games in 5 days is quite a lot, and it's quite a quick turnaround, and hence the need for a quicker reset once you have such a big high like we had in the first game against Sri Lanka. 2 days after is quite a quick turnaround, but I don't think it's an excuse for our situation. Although it can be tiring, I don't think that is any of the reasons for not qualifying. Yeah, I think that's just part and parcel of playing the game and getting paid for what you do.
David, were you taken aback a little by the choice of the bowler in Mohammad Wasim, who hardly bowls in T20 cricket and even at club level?
Yeah, to be honest, when we were out there, I was looking at the bowlers. I knew that at some stage they would have to bowl the spinners, and on the night of the short boundaries, I felt that their seamers, Junaid and Zahir, bowled really nice and executed their skills well. So those are the spinners that we were going to target. So we weren't really expecting him to come on, but when he came on, at the end of the day, is a part-timer, so you would expect him to miss 1 or 2, but he bowled well tonight. He executed his skill, and at the end of the day, we just didn't have enough in us at the end there. So fair play to them, well bowled.
You've obviously played for some of the biggest teams in the world of franchise cricket. You happily come back and play for Namibia and bowl in 40 degrees in Sharjah against UAE when there's nobody watching, and you look about as dejected as I've seen you after a game today. What is it about this team? What means so much to you to play for this team?
No, I think, as a cricketer nowadays, there's so many tournaments there, and you hone your skill in and you play in all of these different tournaments. But it's always nice to have that home base, and it's always nice to have a team that you can resonate with, that is close to your heart, and a team that their heart's in the right place. I mean, being a tournament player, it's quite often in for 4 weeks out, and self-preservation. You do well in that tournament, you get picked up in the next one. It's a different story for playing for your country. There's the pride of playing your country, there's wanting to do well for your country, and the attachment that I've got to these guys. They're such hard-working guys, such good human beings. You just want the best for them, and I think that's just the main thing, is that I always believe that good things happen to good people, and it's a really good bunch of guys, good hard-working lads, and I think that's just the most disappointing part, is that for them, we wouldn't get the opportunity to showcase their skills in the next round, which is bitterly disappointing.
Thanks. We'll take a couple of questions remotely. Firdaus, please go ahead.
Thanks. Hi, David.
Hi.
Dave, can you just maybe talk us through the way that you planned that innings? I mean, it looked pretty much very difficult for Namibia at one point, but then there must have been a point where you thought, okay, hang on, we're still in this. And if you could maybe just talk through that, and then, how did you approach that last over?
Yeah, hi Firdaus. So we knew that the game kind of related to its own script there, and because we lost those wickets in the middle there, couldn't really afford to go too early. Had to take it deep, try and take it as late as possible. We saw from their innings also batting that they got a couple in the end there, so I just tried to stay out there as long as I possibly could, with still having positive intent. They bowled nicely in the middle there, and they had all the momentum. So we knew that if we could just hold a little bit longer and stay there to the end, maybe we could cause a little panic and get 1 or 2 big overs in there with the short boundaries. I always felt there was a possibility to get those 1 or 2 big overs. So it was all just about we've got a saying being better for longer. Just trying to stay out there as long as possible and be that guy that's there in the last over and hitting those winning runs. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way tonight. They executed their skills nicely in the end there, and we just fell short.
And then, David,
yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there's another World Cup in 2024 that we're going to qualify for, and that's my next goal. I'm still feeling good. I'm still, feeling as good as I've ever been, playing as well as I have. So as long as they'll have me, I'll keep coming back for them. But I've definitely still got a lot of cricket left in me for Namibia.
Thanks. And then to Gerhard, commiserations, obviously. What do you think you will do from this point? I mean, when you go back to your teammates, what kinds of conversations do you need to have with them? Because there are obviously some guys for whom this was really important, including yourself.
Sorry, I didn't get the last part for this.
Sorry, no, I was just asking that, this obviously meant so much to so many people. Like, what can you do now to manage the emotions and just kind of see how the guys are doing?
Yeah, I think obviously for us the turnaround to November is now not that quick anymore. We're now on our next ODI games also. I think for now it's just a matter of sort of reflecting on what happened. I think often in tough situations like this, it's when you shape new great things to happen. I've seen many teams use some form of disappointment like this to recreate another phase of success for themselves. So I really look forward to doing that with the team, look forward to doing that as a leader. I think very important for us, obviously, over the next 4 months period until next February to really nail our one-day cricket and get the maximum points in the one-day league in order to stay in that. So all in all, that's mostly our focus over the next 4 months or 6 months or so. So very important cricket coming up for us, and this disappointment should really just sort of spur us forward to more of that success. We now understand how important the one-day stuff is for us. And with regards to T20, as Dave just said, it's not too long. Then there's another T20 World Cup and great opportunities for the guys to play in. So yes, a lot of things to take from this. A lot of resets to make, I guess. What that is, I don't know as yet, but I think obviously some guys gained great experience from this tournament. A guy like Tivan Lecoq, some of the youngsters, Benji Kongo again, gained great experience. So in order to continue strengthening our squad and deepening our squad, this was invaluable experience again for the guys. But yeah, it's all about just maybe getting away from cricket for a bit and recuperating mentally, getting strong again for one-day cricket, which is very important, as I said, over the next 6 months.
That's it with us. Okay, that will be it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.